Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. I am going to do a full moon report. The moon will be in Leo, and the moon is officially full at 11:54 a.m. Central Time in Texas, where I am at. So let me share my screen. This is a mundane report, so it's just kind of the vibe of this full moon. If you're interested in a personal astrology reading, my information is down below. I'm Zube. I haven't done these moon reports in a while, so I don't quite have my system sorted out yet. Okay, or my intro or whatever we want to call it. So here we go. Full moon, the sun and the moon are always in an exact opposition during the full moon. That's why we can see the moon fully. We have the sun in Aquarius. The sun is very close to Pluto, 5 degrees away. I like to see a little bit tighter of an orb, but that's still significant because Pluto has just moved into Aquarius. So the sun had a new moon and a full moon with Pluto in Capricorn, and now it gets to have a full moon and a new moon co-present with Pluto in Aquarius. Here is the moon. The moon is over here at 5 degrees Leo. We have the sun at 5 degrees Aquarius. Pluto is at 0 degrees Aquarius. So here's our opposition. The sun in Aquarius and the moon in Leo. Here's what that kind of feels like. The sun rules Leo. And so this full moon is actually ruled by the sun. The sun doesn't exactly like to be in Aquarius because it's opposite of the sign, but you can say we have a little bit of reception going on with the sun to the moon. So the sun is like, oh, hey, you're in my home sign. So, I'm going to get along with you. But Leo, the moon is our emotions, and Leo is a sign that signifies like pride, having fun, healthy expression of the ego. If you think about like an inflated ego or Leo, people tease them because they're overconfident and all of this, but they really just want to enjoy themselves. That's what the moon in Leo wants you to do, what feels good to you. Like, what do you really want to do? The sun in Aquarius is more a sign of what is like looking more at humanity, right? There's this thing about Aquarians, and it's the water bearer is the representation of it. But Aquarians can come across as a little bit cold, but that's because the person who is, I think it was the Leo King, I heard it from somebody, but the water bearer has to give water to, say, 100 thirsty people. If they just gave all the water to the first person because they were really thirsty, then that first person might be happy, but the other 99 are not getting enough water. So they have to, like, Aquarians have this ability to be discerning and very, they are giving, but it's from a very analytical, air-like kind of fashion. Leo is fire. So this is like bravado and all of that. And when we have a full moon, we're wanting to find balance between those two things. There's a very tight T-square being created here with Jupiter in Taurus. So all Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo are all fixed signs, so they can be very stubborn. And Jupiter in Taurus is more like we're manifesting, we want to feel good. And what I feel like this could be is Jupiter, and Jupiter is a benefic. So we have a a T square. T squares can be uncomfortable. Good grief. I don't know what my cat is yelling about. Anyway, yo, I'm just gonna keep going. Meet my cat. So Jupiter in Taurus wants to feel good, wants to create something. What this really feels like to me is like there's some sort of project or something on a bigger scale that we're doing or learning or creating or manifesting. And the sun in Aquarius is like, it has a purpose that is more collective, but it's significant for the moon, for that Leo, for our own pride and joy for this to be created. T squares are often bumpy, as I was saying, though Jupiter is a benefic. So that brings a little bit of like benefit. Benefics, Venus and Jupiter are both benefics. So whenever you have a benefic in a square, which is usually a difficult alignment, it's kind of like there's like and then you're like, oh wait, I like that. There's usually something kind of good. It brings benefit to whatever the aspects are. So what I would suggest with this full moon is making sure that you are honoring yourself, honoring you, honoring your family. I mean, Leos are very proud of their family, so this has kind of a family vibe to it. This is, what, it is good to do things that make you feel good, and what I could see negatively here is kind of having some naysayers in your midst, people who want you to like dim your light or tone it down. And we want to make sure that we don't do that. We want to honor what it is that we want to do. So the other thing I was seeing, we have kind of a lot of stuff going on, but while all of this is happening, we have Mercury moving into a conjunction with Mars up here. Mercury is our words. Mars is the warrior, our aggression, our stamina, our willpower. And they are in Capricorn along with Venus. So like Mercury, Venus, Mars, all being in Capricorn, we are still like working on something. Venus is our desire, it's our finances, it's our relationships. And Capricorn is just a very Capricorn sign. Like they're stoic, they work hard, I'm totally making generalizations here, which I can do. That doesn't mean every Capricorn is like that, but that's like the gist of kind of the archetype of that sign is hardworking. And Mercury is the mind. So our mind is also like really working on facts and figures and what is my plan for this and how am I going to get from here to here? What are the incremental steps? What do I need to be thinking about? And so Mercury and Mars are in a square to Chiron over here in Aries. Okay. Chiron is an asteroid. It's the wounded healer. It is very near the North Node. And the North Node and Chiron are in Aries. So with the North Node in Aries, it's like this is another. Aries is the baby of the zodiac. It's what do I want? What makes me feel good? And the Aries vibe is like also fiery and I want to do this and I want to do that. And, I am me. That's the phrase of Aries is I am. So with Chiron is the wounded healer. This is where we need to kind of check ourselves and we might be feeling like it's an insecurity that we almost can't see. So what we are exploring right now with this node coming up to Chiron is like, is it okay to be who I am? And it fucking is. It really is okay to be who you are. So with Mercury and Mars over here squaring Chiron and the North Node, and we've got Capricorn and Aries. Capricorn, it can be this like our appearance, image matters. You know, Capricorns can care about image. How will I appear to others? What will other people think? So when I look at all of these moving parts, there's something here about celebrating yourself, celebrating what it is that you want to create, that you feel good about doing, what you feel like what you want to do, and that's okay. And also there's an undercurrent of getting the nitty gritty done, getting the details done and paying attention to them, but not getting lost to them and not getting like lost in a crowd. So if there's something that you have been doing and maybe somebody is complaining because, well, that's taking you away from us, or I like to come up with examples that you can translate kind of, this isn't an exact, but well, that's been you being a singer is taking away from our family game night. And we really want you to come to family game night, but maybe you have like 2 family game nights a week. You know what I mean? Something like that. It's a stupid analogy, but you're supposed to sing. Okay. It's one thing to allow other people to take other people into consideration when we're doing something. We also want to make sure that we honor our heart and our feelings. And that is what I'm getting from this full moon is celebrate what it is. This is not the time to drop something that is working just because so-and-so said so. So stop share. There we go. That is my take on this full moon. I hope you appreciate it. I appreciate you. And I'll get my whole little thing down when I'm doing these in the future. It's just been a little bit. Anyway, happy full moon in Leo. Take care. Peace. Namaste.